Good morning, guys. Okay, so I had to have a couple independent activities for you to complete while Zoom was down. It is back up and working, but I didn't want to go back and forth. So I'm just going to show you what I'd like you guys to do. What you're going to need is your yellow ELA journal. You will need a glue stick. You will need a pair of scissors. And then in your blue folder that you received in your Blue Crew bag, there is a packet of paper, a stapled packet of paper, and it had all these bright colored pages that said, "Let's edit" on there. First thing you want to do is you want to rip each page apart, and then you want to cut out the boxes so they fit, sorry. All right, so I cut the blue box out, and then on the pages where they had double boxes, you want to cut them out individually. And the same thing on the green page, you want to cut those out individually. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, here we go. Okay, so down here you guys can see the page. All you have to do is cut out these boxes because we are going to be making kind of like a writing journal that we could use as a resource while we are writing our paragraph of the week or any other writing pieces that we have. It gives us inspiration for different words to use to kind of spice up our writing a little bit. So you will want to cut out all these pages. And like I said, you want to cut out the individual boxes as well. Okay. Now, if you remember correctly, there should also be one light pink floating paper that wasn't in the packet. It looks like this. It says cut here. It says parts of speech. I kind of paper clipped it to the back of that packet. You will go ahead and cut along the dotted lines where it says cut here. So just cut on those dotted lines. And we're going to use this for a reference too because we do a lot of work with parts of speech in 4th grade. So you should have, in total, this light pink piece of paper. You should have this blue piece of paper that says vivacious verbs. You should have 2 green squares, adverbs, adjectives. You should have 2 yellow squares, other words for said, and other words for all of these different emotions. And then 2 orange squares, transition words and character traits. And then last but not least, that cover page that says let's edit. So let's just set these off to the side. And if you remember, we skipped pages at the beginning of our journal. So what I need you guys to do is to open up your journal to that very first. So like this is the cardboard cover, and then these are the lines. You're going to take your glue stick, and we're going to glue these pages. So hopefully we skipped 1, 2, 3, 4 pages before we ever took that spelling pretest. Okay? And we are going to be gluing on the front and back side of these pages. The order doesn't really matter, but if you'd like to follow my order, I'll show you what I recommend. I do recommend putting this hot pink page on the very front one. When I do my glue stick, I go around the edge and I do a nice big X. Glue that right on the front page. I know it might cover up the holes, but that's okay. It's not like we're keeping it in a binder anyway. And the reason why we cut out the pages was so they didn't stick out the sides. Okay, on the back side of that, I'm just going to go with the next color, probably go with the orange. Do my square, my X, make that fit up the top, smooth it out, transition words, square, and then an X. Okay, smooth it out. Next, I will probably do my yellow ones. Square, X. As you can see, it's not going to take that long to set up our journal, but I wanted to make sure that we had this done before you do your paragraph of the week writing. And I'll show you what that is in a second too. Other words for said, if you're looking, like I said, to spice up your writing, like, I keep saying said, or I keep saying, for example, these are places you can look as a reference. Right, turn the page again, and I should have I'm going to do my green squares. Adjectives, 5 senses. my adverbs. Once again, the order does not matter. I'm just literally going through the packet. Okay. Okay. I'll probably do my vivacious verbs and glue that right smack in the middle. That's a nice long worksheet. Okay. And then last but not least, on the back side of this paper, I'm going to put my parts of speech. Now I know I have an extra piece of paper here. If you do, great. If you don't, that's okay. We could always glue other things on there when we come to them. Okay. Oh, I didn't do my X. You know what I mean. And here I have my parts of speech reference. Okay. So I recommend before you closing it in, again, you kind of let those pages dry. But this is going to be our the front part of our writing journal. Remember, make sure this is in your yellow ELA journal. All right, now before I sign off with you guys, I want to make sure that you know what to do for the next part. In that blue packet, you should have also seen a stack of packets that looked like this. There, we had them all stapled together, so there were a bunch that said paragraph of the week. I am looking for the one this week that says at the bottom, my favorite subject. So down here, you can tell what the topic is. So today is Monday, and we will be doing this a lot over over the next couple weeks. Okay, and you are going to brainstorm all you know about your favorite subject in school. This can be a specific idea such as Native Americans, like if you can think of a very specific topic in history that you like, or you like poetry in language arts, or you really like writing in language arts, or reading, or it could be more general like math. I just like math. And you know what? If someone asked me what my favorite subject was, it would definitely be math. So my favorite subject, I'm going to write math here. And then because I'm brainstorming, I'm going to use my favorite vomit math. So I'm going to put math in the middle, put a circle around it, and I'm going to think of all the reasons why I like math. I like math because I like that there is a right and a wrong answer. I also like that there are many ways to solve a problem. Specifically about math, I really like, I like learning my multiplication facts because I got to have a multiplication license when I was in third grade. I remember that when I learned my facts. And then I can think of many other reasons. I love that in math, it's kind of like solving a puzzle sometimes. So I invite you, obviously I don't want you to have the same reasons as me, but I would like you to I would like you to brainstorm all the different details about why the subject you chose is your absolute favorite. And that's all you have to do. You just have to write it here. You don't have to type it anywhere because throughout the week, we're going to add some more details. Each day has a different task. So this is part of your independent work that you have for today, along with your Flipgrid. It should be up and running, and you might notice that there are 4 other kids on there, and those are some Flipgrids show and tells that I saved from last year's kiddos, just to see an example of things that you can share. I think Maddie's like rollerblading in one, and Noelle's showing her dog, and somebody playing the piano. So it's just a variety of different things that you can share. But we will be logging back on at 10:15 for math. Zoom is up and running, but I just didn't want to confuse you guys and go back and forth. I told your parents one thing. So good luck today, and I'll see you in a few hours. All right, bye-bye. Stop my share.